Hey guys, we are on the verge of a new moon in Gemini, and around lunchtime tomorrow, that's the 6th of June, we will be experiencing this new moon. So let's have a look through the energies of Gemini and this new moon and see what we can expect. Now, I would suggest at this particular point that I have recently done a video upload on Jupiter entering the sign of Gemini, and I would strongly recommend you go and watch that if you want to get some deep insight into this energy, which will be around for the next 12 months, because this new moon in Gemini will be kicking all that energy off, kicking it up, ramping up the gears and kicking it all off, so to speak. So it'd be really good to watch that particular one and get a handle of what energies, what's going to be kicked off here over the next few days with this new moon energy. So 6th of June and 1:37 in the afternoon tomorrow. So let's look at the themes of Gemini. It's a mutable air sign. So it's the first air sign of the zodiac. It's where we're introduced to the air element. So it's all this idea of thought and how the mind works and the excitement of the mind and what you can do with it. The mutable energy of Gemini suggests that the energy is split. It's split in so many different directions. So it kind of lacks focus. So the theme about Gemini is mind, thought, and communication. So what we'll talk about how you can manage the Gemini energy as well. But the main themes of Gemini is a very curious sign. So it's about seeking information to that which you're curious about. So something that supports a personal goal or something you are really excited about. The Gemini energy in your chart will allow you to go down a rabbit hole, so to speak, or to read books or watch videos or get involved and just learn everything and pick up information about that particular subject or topic. So it's about absorbing the information as well. And once it's in there, it's about remembering it. Okay, so Gemini people generally they know lots of information about different things because the energy is mutable, which means it's split in different directions. So you can have so many different interests and themes going on at the same time. So Gemini people can be extremely knowledgeable and informative about lots of different things. So speech and language, yeah, Gemini can be very, very proficient with speech and be very good with words. They know what kind of words to use, what kinds of words fit in certain situations. And also with languages in particular, learning different languages and picking them up and have fluency in maybe 2 or 3 different languages. And with Gemini, yeah, people with strong Gemini influences, strong Mercury influences can generally have a lot of wit and humor. And reading and writing are huge themes for Gemini. So Gemini, they just love to read and absorb information and writing things down as well, like journaling or even writing stories, writing anything. It helps the mind absorb information as well. So yeah, the energy for Gemini can be quite scattered and changeable. So it's important to have some discipline. And Gemini is also the sign of the twin or the twins. So that's why the energy can be split in different directions. There can be multiple things going on at the same kind of time. So moving on, ruled by the planet Mercury, which is the planet that rules the mind, so to speak. And it's all forms of communication as well. So Gemini would be the sign that's most associated with the mind aspect of Mercury. So it's extremely chatty, curious, and knowledgeable. So let's have a look at the actual chart. So it falls at the exact moment of the new moon. Gemini energy falls in the 9th house. I just need to move this barrier from the screen. Yep, I think that's worked. So yeah, it falls in the 9th house. So there's a 9th house energy with this. So this is about, think of all the themes of Gemini again, and in the 9th house, it has a Sagittarian kind of theme. So it's about learning things on higher levels, higher scales. So it's about leveling up or scaling up to the next level or a higher level, so to speak. Now, with this energy in conjunction with Venus, an exact conjunction, just a few minutes of arc out, but it's on the same degree. This can be considered a blessing because Venus is a positive for all things to do with, it represents relationships, money and finances, creative talents, being nice, being friendly, spending time with people you like to spend time with. So Venus is all nice things, but overdoing it can lead to laziness, like enjoying the good things in life too much. And jealousy or envy can kick in with Venus as well. So it's important to think of relationships and the good things, the good points to do with relationships. Also excellent for communication within relationships as well. And quite positive as well, is close to the midheaven at the exact time of the full moon. So this can be quite positive as well for career. And we also have Mercury and Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, as I did already mention, it would be worth watching the video I done recently on Gemini, on Jupiter entering Gemini. And because it's in a conjunction here with Mercury, who's the ruler of the new moon, Jupiter is another beneficial planet. And having these two together would be considered an extra blessing, so to speak. And we also have the square here to Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is another sign that creates a square aspect to the Gemini energy, and it's mutable. So the energy can be split, but in different directions, difficult to focus on certain things. So the Saturn energy here can be supporting, and it's also a square aspect can be quite difficult, but it's best viewed as an element of support to help you focus on your long-term goals, your long-term vision. So in the world of cryptocurrency, we have the new moon energy is creating a square aspect over to the planet Uranus here, but the energy actually falls in the 11th house of Bitcoin. And what we can see here, the planet Uranus is here, 19 degrees Taurus. The new moon energy is approaching that by square aspect. So the crypto markets are going to be extremely volatile. But what this is highlighting is new rules and regulation are coming in. And we also have the transiting Saturn, which is in square to the new moon, is making an applying aspect to the Uranus position in the chart of Bitcoin. So this is all about the new rules, new regulations that are coming forth, and also the community aspect of it as well. The community, The 11th house is to do with humanitarian issues and anything that goes in the community. And Bitcoin does have a large community. All the cryptocurrencies have their own kinds of community kind of interests. And there's a huge community kind of theme with the whole of cryptocurrency. So this is about, new rules, regulation, and communities coming together. Also, and using Bitcoin as a form of actual currency. This Saturn aspect here is also about assisting stability. And we have had so much investment from the old traditional financial system into blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. It's taking it on. It understands that crypto is not going away. It's here to stay. So they have to get involved and create regulations to make it safe. Okay. Now, what the governments are actually doing as well is creating their own form of digital currency, but it may have limitations in the beginning. It may have expiry dates if you don't spend the actual money, and restrictions on items you may be able to purchase as well, which is even more important for the likes of the decentralized cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Cardano, because you will have freedom of choice over what you actually purchase. So this is all about setting new foundations in finance. And with decentralized cryptocurrency, you have the independent choice of what you want to do with your money. And effectively, you can become your own bank. So that's why crypto is so significant and hugely important. So in the actual chart for Northern Ireland, the new moon falls in the 7th house, right on the cusp of the 7th house. So this is hugely significant for building new relationships in Northern Ireland in particular, an extremely troubled country, province, state, whatever you like to call it. So this, and especially when we have the elections coming up very soon as well. So this is all about new relationships going forward in Northern Ireland. Now we have the ruler in the 6th house, which is here. And this is going to highlight again health service, all the issues in the health service and what we need going forward to support all our public services. Excuse me. And also further industrial action if they have not, if the union actions and balloting has not been resolved. Now, this also highlights, the new moon also highlights the Saturn opposition in the chart of Northern Ireland. And this is an extremely significant transit because Saturn rules the 2nd house, which is the house of finance, the house of money. So what we're going to see now, Saturn is restriction, discipline, limitation. It's rules, things that need to be put in place to create a structure and a strategy for long-term support and just to make things reliable. So this Saturn opposition is going to bring in these issues again about raising more money, raising more finances. So they could be putting up the rates, taking away the bus passes, introducing water charges, and maybe having to pay for prescriptions. So this is something we're going to have to watch out for and listen for in the news in the coming days, probably early next week, towards the end of this week. So in a more personal way, other considerations, look at the house that the new moon is following in. It's falling in your chart. So this is going to give you clues as to where this energy is going to be most potent. You also want to check if there's any aspects to personal planets or any angles and especially by conjunction aspect or by square or by opposition. And also if it activates any particular chart themes, like for instance, if you have a T-square or a grand trine, this personalized energy will be activated with this new moon. So I would urge again to go back and watch the video on Jupiter entering Gemini. There's some fantastic information, detailed information in there about what to expect and how to use this energy for the next 12 months. So you can find me on Star Drifter Astrology. You can message me on there for personal consultations, and we can help create a vision going forward for a year, or if it's a long-term plan, 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, whatever your personal goal or vision is. We can look at your chart, break it down, and see what energies are easy for you, naturally easy for you to fall into, and which ones need a little bit of enhancement. But this is all stuff we can work on in personal consultations. So for anyone who wants to buy me a coffee, you can show some appreciation by clicking on the link, buy me a coffee. And please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And in the meantime, if there's any questions, comments, anything at all, feel free to contact me. But over the weekend, yeah, this new moon energy will still be there over the weekend. So I wish everyone a really happy, delightful new moon in Gemini. Thank you.